Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Souls Awakening Together. I'm Queen Wortham, your host. Tonight, I am completing a spirit reading for Robert Edward Grant, a very well-known spiritual influencer and podcaster and teacher. And I want to say up front that it is not my intention to tear anyone down, to try to persuade anyone of anything, or to defend anyone. I just want to open up a window and use this as an opportunity to allow spirit to bring you and me and us as a collective the wisdom that we need to know at this time. I begin every spirit reading by connecting to the person's highest self, and I allow their spirit to guide the reading. And I only say out loud what I feel compelled to say from the heart. That is my commitment in these readings. The insights you hear are what spirit wants you specifically to hear, because at higher vibrations, there is harmony, there is resonance, there is sameness. And whatever it is that is of interest that's going on in Robert Edward Grant's energy field will also apply to whatever it is that you need to know. Isn't it cool how it works that way? So, with that said, let's open our hearts. Yes, let's use this as an opportunity to connect with each other in an authentic way. And let's expand our consciousness with compassion and understanding and clarity. What are we going to see? I feel like I need to say, just want to preface this. Robert Edward Grant is not, he doesn't claim to be a spiritual teacher. He's obviously really interested in spiritual concepts, very interested in consciousness. He is interviewed talking about spiritual concepts, and he talks about it on his podcast so much, but that is not his business. It is it's his passion, but you know, he is a mathematician, he's an inventor, he's an artist, he owns companies, he has been knighted in 2 different countries. Did you know that about this man? He is like quite fabulous, extremely fabulous. So I'm just so interested to know, what are we going to find? Because this is a new character. This is quite a bit different than what we've dealt with before. But you know, no two are the same. Have you noticed that? Those spiritual influencers are all over the place with their, what you see in their energy fields and what their intentions are, and how heart-centered they are, how grounded they are. It's all over the place. Okay. So I have asked for permission from Robert Edward Grant's highest self. It's definitely given permission. Always seems to start in the power chakra, right? Power chakra in the future. So lots of times when I see things in the future, it's like present to future. If I saw it right here, it would be like present moment or something that never leaves the present moment. So when I see it here, if it's kind of close up, then, you know, it's like something that is a part of his life at this time. In the power chakra, you know, it always takes me a minute. Tune in. I see a woman. First thing I see is his ex-wife. I think that it's his ex-wife. I think that he got a divorce. I'm pretty sure he got a divorce, but they're still friends, which is nice. So that's the very first thing I see. Isn't that interesting? Like just such a lovely grounding presence in his life. Like someone he really relies on, someone he's very close to, somebody he trusts. And what I'm hearing so clearly is that this very impressive man that you see, that he has become this man through his commitment to her, even though he has not been romantically committed to her. He has had, he has children with her, and and I'm sure he was romantically committed for a long period of time. But they've been split up for a few years now. But it's like his commitment to her, like that was a higher calling for him. And I believe marriage is like that for most men. A good marriage, a good marriage is something that calls a man into his sense of purpose. So his connection to her, and just the family, having the children with her, like, just gave him such a sense of purpose, just made him want to be as good as he could possibly be. And it has so much to do with what he's achieved in life. So interesting. It's interesting that that's the first thing that comes up. I didn't expect it for some reason. But what I expect doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay, what's this? Something in his sacral chakra. It is him as a little boy. So in his sacral chakra, in the present to future reality, he is really connecting with the little boy inside of him. It's something that he has intentionally done. What I'm hearing is that for a long time, he felt disconnected from his inner child. And it's specifically his inner child. A lot of times when I talk about inner child on my channel, I talk about the wounded inner child and healing the inner child. But this is just the playful inner child that he lost a connection to because he just became very serious. He became so purpose-driven that he lost his sense of fun. But he has so intentionally reconnected with that part of himself that just really wants to have fun and have amazing experiences and to discover and explore. And it is so, this energy is so close to him, like such an important part of his life right now. And it's intentional. It's very intentional. I'm feeling, a warmth in his chest. So when I'm doing these spirit readings, my position is the position of the person who I'm reading their energy field. And so what they're feeling in their body, in their experiences, and in their life, I feel in my body. So I'm feeling just a warm heart, like very intentionally loving and appreciating. He has a gratitude practice, and it's working. And it just, what is this feeling exactly? It feels warm. It feels calm. It feels like a sure thing. But there's still this feeling of wanting more. Just noticing when he doesn't feel connected to his heart. Noticing when he's not having that good of a time. Noticing when he's like just way too much in his head. So there's a longing that I feel. And it feels so familiar to just what I feel in my life. Just being a person who has devoted themselves to my spiritual path and just wanting to stay in a place of high vibration, non-judgment, happiness, looking on the bright side of things. And so the flip side of that is that it can make you hyper aware of when things are not quite right. So there's it's a longing for more. seeing his guardian angel right in front of him. I always see a guardian angel in front of someone. It doesn't always come up in every single reading, but it's always there. What do you want us to know about this guardian angel? Guardian angel is a little bit close, not super close, not like hard times close, but not like if everything's like in order. I see the guardian angel by right here. This one's about right here. And that's what I'm noticing. So it must be part of the story. So he definitely tries to tune in to his inner guidance. He does meditate. Meditation is not the center of his life. His creation is the center of his life more than anything. Like his creation and his experience, like that is what he just stays so tuned into. What is he creating? What is he experiencing? He definitely tries to be in the present moment. But that silence is, it's touched on every day. But what I'm feeling this, like the guardian angel is coming closer to him because he is being called to even more. He's being called to a more devout lifestyle, something that will serve his body, brain, and nervous system long term. He looks incredible for his age. He's very, very healthy. He's a few years older than me. And, but he's getting older. Not old yet, and neither am I. But, but there's a difference. There's a difference in how much you can push yourself and recover easily. The recovery time, that seems to be the really big difference, the recovery time. So it's like his highest self has a long-term plan for him for, from this point to the rest of the time that he's going to be on this earth. And I feel that he's being called towards things that are bigger than he has even imagined yet. Things that will affect a huge amount of people in society. But in order for him to serve in that role to the best of his ability, he needs a lot more silence. He needs less activity and more silence. Less in his head, more in his heart. And because there are such high stakes, he has a big following. It's definitely growing. And he has the potential to do a whole lot of good. Brilliant mind. He's understanding things. Like what I'm hearing is he is understanding things that have never been understood before. This is his life's path. He is following his life's path so clearly. And just for the greater good of humanity, his spirit, his highest self wants more for him. Something is being shown to me in his past. Something in his heart in the past. Well, it's his heart, but it's on the side of his heart that's closer to his power chakra. So I think what's being shown to me right now is his time in the corporate world. Like I'm seeing it as it's like just a lifetime ago. Like it's like a different person, a different life. And this feeling, just this little bit of feeling of longing that I feel in his heart, he had it so strong back then. And it's almost like a wound. It it just ended up making him feel so separated from his highest self. And he felt a lot of pressure, he felt a lot of stress. And and there's a fear of it's just like just really wanting to reject that part that part of his history. And I've heard him talk about it. He doesn't talk about it in a negative way. So I think like logically he knows like that's part of what made him who he is, and it served him really well at that time. But what I'm seeing in his energy field is a fear. And there's this urge. It's like a nervous system urge to want to run away from things that feel like that to him. And so when there's something that is showing as a big energy in the past, then the energy, I see the energy moving like this over time. And the intensity of that energy in the past has a it has a magnetizing force, magnetizing force. And it ends up attracting more similar experiences in the future. And then when those things come up over and over again, if it's something unwanted, then it's a reminder that there's something in the past that needs to be addressed or healed or let go of or integrated in some way. So there's a fear there that makes him want to run away. And it has had the effect of making him make some impulsive decisions in recent years. It's like he wants to be the wild little boy. He wants to just be in the moment and not think about consequences. And if it wasn't for this energy of fear, then he wouldn't feel that compulsion to make decisions that don't necessarily serve him or other people well. So like what? Things with women and dating, things with money. That's what I'm hearing. Spending money. Not that there's anything wrong with spending money. It's just money's just an energy. It amplifies what's already there. So there's something, and I'm seeing it in his past. It's not something I'm seeing over here so much. Right now I'm seeing it in the past. So yeah, I think I'm seeing it in the past. It's like freshly separated, early divorce, like that kind of, which really wasn't that long ago. Just some kind of compulsive decisions. But then there's still, when I see this little boy over here, it feels like there's more, but I'm seeing it in the past specifically. So what is it? Just give me a second. Yeah, it's like it's funny. It's like a cloud, like a mystical cloud in the future of his sacral chakra. So it's real clear over here, like bad decisions with women, or just like reckless decisions with women and reckless decisions with money in the past. And then over here, this mystical cloud that has not quite come into form, but it could come into form at any moment. And it's being shown as that because of this tension. Like there's this tension between the guardian angel who's trying to guide him, this longing in his heart for more, this longing for something that is just more fulfilling. And then this little boy over here, and then this strong magnetism of his history. And it's like it could happen at any moment because he's traveling all the time. He's meeting new people all the time. It could happen at any moment, but it's not a sure thing. So there's just lots going on. Lots going on that makes it difficult to stay centered, listen to the heart, go into the silence, and really, really connect with his higher purpose. And, like I said, he's following his highest purpose. He's following his destiny, but it could be even more. He is being called to even more. Because he is very well known in the spiritual world and in, whatever the sciencey people who are creative, whatever that world is, like he's well known over there. But he has the potential to be much more of a household name. And what I'm sensing, what's being shown to me, is how these things, they're so much more ego driven, fear based, pleasure based, and there's nothing wrong with experiencing joy and pleasure. It's like why be alive if you're not going to have joy and pleasure? But it's just not completely feeding his heart. He's feeling that longing. It's a longing, and he does have a sense of purpose. What is it? And he's not necessarily wanting another wife. Like what makes him feel like what would make him want a wife is already being fulfilled by his ex-wife, who's a friend, close friend. Like he loves her so much. So it's not that he wants a wife. What are you guys trying to show? Hmm. It's a sense of completion. What it is at its core is the longing for a mother's love. So, just a seed that was planted in so many of us of just wanting a deep connection with a parent that didn't feel fully available when we were babies or small children, young children. And so it was that urge that led him to marriage, and he had more than one marriage. But something I've heard him say several times is that in his marriages that his partner always wanted to change him. Like he just was never enough. He never felt fully acceptable. And so that that need for completion that he was trying to find wasn't found. And then he mentions frequently that the younger woman who he had a relationship with, Dear Jade, is that her name? Dear Jade. So adorable. Oh my gosh, she is such a little ray of light. Yeah, I'm seeing her. It's close by. It's in the past, but it's close by, like really, fresh memories in his mind. And lots of feelings, lots of feelings with that one. I'm like really, really feeling that. Like lots of, like she just pushed all of his buttons, lit him up, and like just lit him up like a Christmas tree. Like that's what I'm hearing. That's the energy. So while she gave him so much acceptance, he didn't have that feeling of completion because it was just, it wasn't a grounded love. It wasn't a domestic grounded love. And so what's so clear to me is that just like it's true with everyone, we have to be complete within ourselves. So that yearning that we have for that completion, that mother's love or father's love, that we can't find it in external circumstances. We can't find it in a relationship. We can't find it in a job or money or success of any kind. We can't find it in our friends. We can't find it in fun. We can't even find it by helping thousands of people. Like we have to be complete within ourselves. So there's just this message, like what his guardian angel is wanting him to know is like he just needs to look in the mirror and love himself. Look in the mirror and just adore himself. Like he needs to look at himself through his eyes and tap in to the consciousness of God that is within him. So source energy is the thing that is animating all of our bodies and minds. Source energy is looking out through our eyes. And so it is most definitely possible to tune into that energy, to just hook up to that wisdom and look at the world through those eyes and look at yourself through those eyes. And it is such an infinite well of love. And when your feeling of love is sourced from the source, then your need for anything external just takes second place. There isn't that urgency. There isn't that hunger for the completion. So he's being led there, but he's not quite there yet. So what's this? Something even closer. Little inner child is here. What is this? It's a woman he's involved with right now. Super close, cheek to cheek. And honestly, I'm not feeling that good of an energy right here. There's this like, the energy is snaky. It's very, it's dark feminine. It's like this like hungry snake, dark feminine energy. Now, dark feminine energy isn't always bad. It's like part of the magic, part of the allure, part of the power of the feminine. But there's something in there. It's a little manipulative. And just so close, like just it's like kind of too much. It's almost like it feels like, what's the word? Like almost like a leech, like something that's like sucking his energy. Or, if you can just try to imagine going through life with something stuck to your face, like a Siamese twin kind of thing, like kind of slowing you down, And it's like she's pushing for that amount of closeness, but he's allowing it. Like what I'm sensing is just that like he's not having healthy boundaries in this situation. But she's like so sexy, like so alluring. It's like when he turns to her, he becomes someone different. It's like the testosterone levels rise to a point where it's like a drug. Did you know that testosterone is a synthetic hormone, that it is a controlled substance? Did you know that? I think that is very, very interesting and very telling, something to help us understand why men can be the way they can be. That testosterone feels so good. It makes you feel so powerful. And so people will get addicted to it. They will take too much of it. They'll take an enormous amount as a drug. So interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, like he's very healthy. I'm seeing that like he has it. I don't think, he doesn't take testosterone, but it's like he takes supplements that maximize his testosterone levels and maximize his virility. And so this woman is just making his hormones go through the roof and turning him into a different person. I'm really not getting the sense that this is going to last, but it is in his present moment right now. And it's like, I don't know, it's not a warm, fuzzy feeling. It feels like addiction and manipulation. What next? I asked for his spirit to go a little easy on me and not make this a 2-hour reading, because those things are those 2-hour readings really take it out of me. And it like I just can't imagine that many people deciding that they want to watch for 2 hours. I want to keep it like to a reasonable, I would prefer to keep it to a reasonable length. Bring me back again to that feeling in his heart. It's so interesting. It's like such a familiar feeling to me. It's like so much the way that I have been feeling. And I'm going to have to think about that. Yeah, it's such a subtle feeling that like he just has to meditate. So if I could speak to him, maybe I'm speaking to you. Like what I would recommend so highly, what his spirit is recommending to him is to meditate so silently and so deeply and put every single bit of your focus on your heart. So it's the heart center. It is the very center of the chest. And you just imagine that you're going as deep as you possibly can into the center of your chest. You imagine that your heart center is like a fractal of the entire quantum field. And so there are just endless miles inside of it. And you just imagine that you're just going further and further and further into the center. And I have meditated that way intuitively because it felt like the right thing to do. It made sense with everything that I've learned, especially through Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. And the way it feels to me is like I'll focus on it and it'll feel good. It'll feel like, like a meditation. It feels like my mind is quieting and I start to feel myself calm down. And then I get these sensations like I'm just traveling so fast, like just lightning speed, but not quite reaching my heart. And then I reach it and it is like so profound. Oh my gosh. I found that place in a very, very deep meditation for the first time just a few months ago. And things have not been the same since. Really, it was back in May and now it's August 2025. And really, things have not been the same since. I am not always tuned in with that point, but I can tune into it. And I'm starting to become very, very familiar with it. I'm activating it. It is becoming a stronger and stronger force in my life. It's coming through my voice. It's coming through my actions. It's looking out through my eyes. And that is what his spirit is calling him towards, to connect with that point. That's the point that has the potential to fulfill that longing. It has the power to fulfill that longing. And so as you're listening to this, if this resonates for you, then this is your calling too. It's your calling to connect with that point because we all have it. It's the seed of the soul. It's the little drop of source energy out of the ocean of God that is within every single one of us. That's the point. That's the point of connection. And it takes some practice to get there. There are a lot of things that interrupt that connection, but just knowing that it's there, like that really helps, because I kind of had to discover it on my own. There were a lot of hints, there were a lot of things leading me there, but I had to discover it on my own. And now that I know about it, I just want to tell everybody about it because doesn't that simplify things? It's in your heart and you can tune into it. And that heart center, that point, it's always observing. It's always listening. It's always guiding you. It's always speaking to you. It's always giving you signals. And just the simple act of feeling it, observing it, putting your focus on it, feeling it, becoming familiar with it, just that simple act will effortlessly clear out so many things that are in the way. You will suddenly not want things that you wanted before. You won't be compelled to do things that are destructive for you. You will feel spontaneous feelings of love and joy for people, for life, for circumstances. It will be so much easier for you to connect and accept things as they are and not create all of this tension and static between you and the things that are not preferred. So that is what his spirit is calling him towards. And technically is what all of our spirits are calling us towards. But if this resonates for you, you might want to take this seriously. It might be time for you to make this a priority in your life. Guys, I am such a Leo, and I just have to say, like, my eyeshadow is not this blue in real life. Okay. The lighting is making my eyeshadow look so blue and it's driving me crazy. I tried some new eyeshadow, and I'm telling you, when I look in the mirror in the bathroom, it looks gorgeous. It's like this like lovely lavender, and it looks so blue, but there are worse things. It doesn't look that bad. It's just not really what I intended. I can see myself in the computer screen right now, and I'm like, really didn't mean for that eyeshadow to be that blue. But that's beside the point, isn't it? One last thing, maybe two things. Ooh. What's over here? A little further into the future. This is power chakra, but more on the side of the power chakra that's closer to the sacral chakra. And just to be clear, when I see something, when I see, anything in a person's energy field, it's not necessarily the absolute truth. It's just the energy, So this energy is created by focus and by repeated thoughts. And so, when I'm looking at something in the future, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is coming true. It could mean that, we'll see what it is that we're being shown. But I just want to say, because I know that it may be a little confusing, and I want to be clear that when I see something in someone's future in their, in any of their chakras, it could be that it's something that they're thinking about, that they want. It could be their heart's desire. It could be something they're afraid of. It could be something that they are constantly thinking about, or something that they have a hidden fear about, that they're just pushing down, but it's so real and so strong that it's showing up in their energy field. And so in one of these spirit readings, it's just a snapshot. It's a snapshot of this moment in time. And there's so much more that could possibly be seen in a person's energy field. This is just what wants to come through for you, for my audience at this time. And when I work with my clients one-on-one, there is an unfolding that happens. There's most likely a certain issue that they're working on, I'm helping them work on, and things unfold over time, over the course of several spirit readings and several one-on-one strategy sessions where we're just talking. And so I just want to be clear with that. When I see something in the future, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a prediction, that I'm like telling them what their fortune is. It's an energy. It's an energy that's asking for attention at this time. So with that said, what is it that the highest self of Robert Edward Grant wants you to see? Power chakra, close to the sacral chakra. It is products of some kind. I'm seeing like manufactured products, like foods, supplements. So he has found some fountain of youth secrets. He's very connected. He knows really, really smart people. And he's single for the first time in a long time as an older man, and he wants to look good. He wants to feel good. And so it's been, a little bit of a hobby of his, finding that fountain of youth. I am so familiar with that. So familiar. I've got lots of fountain of youth secrets. And I share them with my clients too. It's fun. So yeah, I'm just seeing him like diving into this as a business. And really, like, just as he gets older, as the years pass, he's just going to keep looking young and keep feeling young. And it's going to become like kind of a curiosity. And this is something that I have wondered about, and something that, I've kind of predicted would happen, that there are all these people in their 50s right now who they've been in the public eye for 20 years, 30 years sometimes, and they just still look great. But we have become accustomed to thinking of someone in their 50s as being like really old. And so, lots of them are getting surgeries, but just information has been shared. So many discoveries have been made. It's such an industry, this like chasing after youth. And so people are there are going to be a lot of people out there that just keep looking young. Now, the people who are old right now, like the people who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s right now, they're not doing too good. Like as a whole, they are not doing too good at all. They, the vast majority of them have been eating processed foods for a very long time, and their bodies are just breaking down. They're just really, really suffering. But it's really my generation. Really, I love the generation that I grew up in so much. Like video games and computers hit like right when we were hitting puberty. And it made us so different. It made us so different than the generation before. And then once we got into our 40s, then we were still like so youthful. It's like side note, I'm like really getting distracted here. But we were still youthful enough to be like on the cutting edge with new things and in business. But then we were also very mature. And so when we were in our 40s, we were like incredibly desirable in the workplace. And then now in our 50s, we're like the first generation of older people who have, like, on a widespread level, figured out how to keep being healthy. And it's not most of us, it's just enough of us that, it's worth paying attention to. So yeah, I see that as being like, it's just so much a given. It's so much a given. Like it's going to be something that is so easy for him to do. Like he already knows what works, and he already knows all the people that could help him create a business. And he knows the channels to make sure that it turns out to be big. And so it's something that has the potential to like really, really influence a lot of people. Like it may be the thing that makes him a household name. I think that's why I'm seeing it's like so clear, so clear. It just seems very 3D, very much like this is actually a prediction, referring back to what I was talking to a minute ago. This one's a prediction. It is like very, very likely to come true in the future. And now we're down to the last thing. This message is from his guardian angel. And the guardian angel wants him to know and wants you to know that there's nothing wrong with where you are. You're always on your path. Everything that pulls you off center, everything that's challenging, everything that makes you default to old patterns, there's a gift in all of it. There's a gift that can be used for expansion, learning. It's a seed that can be transmuted and transformed into something that is so beautiful. for instance, this weird little toxic connection that's going on between him and whoever this woman is like what is happening for both of them next, whatever however long that's going to be. For both of them, the next thing is going to be greater self-love, more clarity in their self-worth. So his guardian angel doesn't want for you to see him or yourself as someone who is off the path, not listening, not doing a good job, ignorant. That's not what it's about. We're all on our paths. We're all learning. We're all growing. And the more we can just accept it, see it as part of life, strive for awareness, strive for that connection with our greatest sense of power. But everything we see that isn't quite of God and quite a manifestation of our most highest selves, it's okay. It's all good. So we just accept it, don't judge it, and that keeps us on the path of least resistance. Because what so many of us do is we see this thing, and we have enough awareness to see this thing as stuck, whatever it may be, money problems, relationship problems, something going on with your body. We see this thing that's stuck, and it just makes us feel so bad about ourselves. And like the path is the path. We're going to be going on that path no matter what. There's a destiny that we're all being pulled towards. And when we don't accept ourselves or something in our lives, we just slow it down. We just slow down the energy. So we always have free will. You can slow it down as much as you want to, but you're slowing it down. And what you're headed towards is better. It's always better. So it just makes sense to accept it, go with the flow, get into the flow, let that current, there's a trajectory that's bringing you to your highest self. And I'm making this motion, but it's really more like this. It's really more like all of this wisdom that's around you, that is guiding you, teaching you, bringing things to your attention. It's all in an effort to integrate. Like there's this wisdom that's being, that is being, there's a wisdom that is calling you. There's a wisdom that's calling you. Everything in your energy field that's unwanted, stuck, staticky, twisted, dark, whatever it is, that is waiting to be transmuted. The wisdom is waiting to be integrated. And you're just being called towards being more and more and more complete, more whole, more complete. So the guidance is always to feel better, always to be more complete within yourself. And we get there through love, acceptance, not resisting, going with the flow, trusting so much that we're okay. Everything's being taken care of. Everything you've asked for already exists. It already exists. You just got to match up with that frequency. And part of that is just getting silent enough and connected to your highest self enough that you can feel that path, know that path, and see that path. And that is all. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for staying until the end. If you would like to join me in my meditation group for meditation, I have a free Joe Dispenza meditation group. At this point in time, we're meditating together 3 days a week, but I change it every few months. And so if you just go to queenwortham.com You can see everything that I have going on. I am taking new clients at this time. And so you can check out my coaching packages on my website, and you can see a little bit about my history, a little bit about who I am. You can see where I am on social media. Everything Queen Wortham related is going to be there. So make sure to like this video if you haven't already liked it. I invite you to subscribe if you would like to see more of this kind of content in the future. Thank you again for being here. And I am sending you love. Bye-bye.